This is where we have to end. Let us do a quick recap to see if we can find out what we studied in a quick summary. Okay. Before Christ was born, he was spoken of as the Prince of Peace. Right? We read that first. Then, at Christ's birth, a host of angels sung peace and goodwill towards men. That is the second thing that we saw. Christ says, peacemakers are blessed. Blessed are the peacemakers. That's the third thing. Not accepting Christ and his kingdom causes no peace for us. We have to accept Christ and his kingdom. We will receive the peace that passeth all understanding. In the midst of a storm, we can be peaceful like Christ. In wicked situations where people would faint, we could stand because Christ is in us. This is the peace which passeth all understanding. We must seek peace. Peace is something we must seek. It is in Christ. This peace that we want to get is only Christ alone can give it. We also saw that the wisdom which cometh from above is peaceable. There is another wisdom that comes from the earth. How it's there? Sensual, earthly, and devilish. We don't want to have that one. Christ's peace is beyond our human understanding. The peace which passeth all understanding. The world has a peace, but Christ's peace is different. Jesus said, my peace I give to you, not as the world giveth peace. The world has a peace which is different from Christ's peace. Christ's peace that he has to give to us is past understanding. But in this world, you shall have tribulation, Christ said, but cheer up, I have overcome the world. But Christ's peace, he said, my peace I give to you, not as the world gives peace. What is the peace of the world? Hello? Exactly. The peace that the world have to give is not the peace of Christ. It's not an inner peace which comes from a divine graph. It is a peace and an absent from war. Them say, hello? Anybody have trouble? Now send some police at your yard for back them off. Or get some alarm and put on your house so you can't sleep. Anybody try come in, alarm go off. That is a peace of the world have to offer. You have money, you can pay some bodyguard for bodyguard anywhere you go. That is the peace the world have to offer. Jesus' peace is different. It is an inner peace which is a divine graph which passeth human understanding. And last but not least, we see where, as much as it is possible, be at peace with all men. This is a verse from Romans 12 verse 8. We didn't go to it, but in the interest of time, I had to cut it short. So as much as it is possible, if it's not possible, well, but as much as it is possible, be at peace with all men is the advice through Paul. So, this is how we will. Go ahead, Ingrid.
Christian first. Then when you some place, like you know, one thing. But because like a father got a record, this kind of, and then if somewhere I'm shot and live like one river, some water, something there, and what and destroy the whole company, move. They move somewhere else, shot and live, somebody burn it down, they lose everything. And father got it, let them find himself somewhere else. And we shot and live, all right. But
peace. But they say some people really do it. You know, war. In Jamaica, they say war, but If God will delay that, be ask and say, God, oh, you know it, but God will help you. When you fill up your heart, Nina, but you understand that you need the word and say, Jesus, you said, Lord, take my toes and
Okay. Thank you for your participation. And this is where we will close off.